Every 3 minutes, an elderly person suffers a silent artery meltdown that takes their life without warning. These tragic events often occur so quickly that rescue efforts arrive too late, leaving families devastated and revealing a hidden danger lurking in their daily routines. The shocking truth is that many seniors unknowingly set this deadly process in motion every morning with seemingly harmless habits. The most common trigger is their choice of breakfast, sugary cereals, and slices of white bread. While these foods may feel comforting or quick, they are secretly inflaming the blood vessels inside their bodies. Every spoonful of sugary cereal spikes blood sugar levels within just 20 minutes, causing a rapid inflammatory response that damages the delicate lining of arteries. Over days, weeks, and months, this inflammation persistently weakens arterial walls, making them more vulnerable to tears. Tiny fissures develop in the endothelial lining, which ordinarily protects blood vessels from damage. These microscopic injuries become the starting point for the unseen chaos that follows. In response, the body attempts to heal itself by depositing fatty substances as a protective barrier along these damaged areas. This process leads to the formation of fatty plaques, thick layers of cholesterol, dead cells, and other debris that begin to silently coat the inner walls of arteries. These plaques are often fragile and large enough to narrow the vessel openings by up to 50% without noticeable symptoms. The slow buildup can go unnoticed for years, but each new layer of fatty deposits further reduces blood flow to critical organs such as the heart and brain. The danger escalates as these plaques grow larger and more unstable. Roughly every 6 months, the most fragile plaques face the risk of rupturing unexpectedly. When a plaque ruptures, it exposes the inner core of debris to the bloodstream, triggering the rapid formation of a blood clot or thrombus. Within seconds, this clot can completely seal off a vital artery, preventing oxygen-rich blood from reaching the heart or brain. The process is silent and rapid, often resulting in a heart attack or stroke that claims the victim's life before they even realize something is wrong. The terrifying part is that this entire chain of events from inflammation to clot formation starts long before any obvious symptoms appear. Blood flow may be dangerously restricted long before a crisis occurs, quietly progressing in the background. A precise, scientifically supported intervention lies in changing the morning routine. Instead of sugary cereals and white bread, seniors should start their day with oatmeal boiled for 10 minutes using 150 grams of rolled oats in 250 milliliters of water. Top it with 50 grams of fresh mixed berries and 15 grams of chopped walnuts within 2 minutes of cooking. The berries provide antioxidants that combat arterial inflammation, while walnuts supply healthy omega-3 fats that strengthen vessel walls. Consuming this oatmeal at exactly 7:30 in the morning can significantly reduce blood sugar spikes, decrease inflammation, and prevent the formation of fatty plaques. The stakes are high because these silent damages can accumulate unnoticed, leading to sudden, fatal events. Understanding that such a simple change, substituting sugary cereals with oatmeal topped with berries and walnuts, can dramatically cut the risk of artery rupture helps illustrate how everyday choices have life or death consequences. It is crucial to realize that addressing this danger requires consistency every morning at the same time. Waiting until blood vessel damage is irreversible or ignoring early warning signs only increases the likelihood of tragedy. The goal is to establish a stable, anti-inflammatory breakfast routine before irreversible arterial damage takes hold, which is why precise timing, the right ingredients, and portion control are essential. While other lifestyle modifications can help, this straightforward dietary shift acts as a powerful fortress against the silent destruction that quietly claims elderly lives every day. As the months pass, the fragile, inflating plaques inside the arteries grow larger and more unstable, their walls weakening with each inflammatory cycle. These deposits become precariously thin and prone to rupturing unexpectedly, often without any prior warning. The arteries continue to narrow silently, their lumen diminished by up to 50%, which drastically restricts blood flow to critical organs like the heart and brain. Despite this dangerous narrowing, many seniors remain unaware because they experience no symptoms until the moment of catastrophe. Blood flow to the heart muscle declines gradually, causing increased strain and subtle fatigue, yet many dismiss these early signs as normal aging. The danger amplifies because these ruptured plaques, now compromised, expose their inner core of cholesterol, dead cells, and debris directly to the bloodstream. Within seconds, this debris acts as a trigger for the rapid formation of a powerful blood clot or thrombus. The clot begins to form immediately upon exposure, accelerating quickly as platelets, clotting factors, and fibrin mesh together. Without any external signs or warning, the clot can enlarge from a small particle to a massive plug within 30 seconds, sealing off the artery's opening completely. This swift, silent process can occur during everyday activity like walking or even resting, striking suddenly and with devastating effect. The moment the clot seals the artery, blood can no longer reach the vital tissues beyond that point. In the case of coronary arteries, this blockade starves the heart muscle of oxygen and nutrients, triggering an instant heart attack. If a cerebrovascular artery is affected, brain tissue becomes starved, causing a stroke that can leave the victim unconscious or paralyzed in moments. The entire sequence from plaque rupture to complete arterial blockage unfolds in less than a minute, making it impossible for medical intervention to arrive in time. The terrifying reality is that this deadly event often occurs without any prior pain, warning, or detectable symptoms. The victim may suddenly collapse or lose consciousness, unaware that a tiny rupture weeks or months earlier set the deadly process into motion. This is why prevention hinges on early detection and controlling inflammation through lifestyle changes. Consuming oatmeal at exactly 7:30 in the morning, boiled for 10 minutes with 150 grams of rolled oats in 250 milliliters of water, significantly reduces blood sugar spikes. Adding 50 grams of fresh mixed berries and 15 grams of chopped walnuts within 2 minutes of cooking supplies antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids that strengthen arterial walls. Maintaining this precise routine consistently every morning can fortify the blood vessels, lower inflammation, and prevent the formation of unstable plaques, whose rupture can lead to sudden death. The key is to act before these fragile deposits become ticking time bombs, because once they rupture and trigger a clot, the intervention window becomes heartbreakingly narrow. The danger is not only in the ruptures, but in the rapid clot growth, which can seal off critical arteries faster than emergency responders can reach the scene. Within 30 seconds to a minute of rupture, the clot can be large and secure enough to cause irreversible damage. This process often unfolds during everyday activities such as standing up from a chair, walking across the room, or even during rest, catching the victim completely off guard. The silent, invisible nature of this threat makes it all the more terrifying because there are no early signs that warn of impending disaster. The danger lies in the perfect storm of plaque fragility, rupture, and rapid clot formation, an unstoppable chain that can claim a life almost instantaneously, often in the confines of the victim's own home. Recognizing this escalating danger underscores the importance of maintaining a heart-healthy diet, particularly by switching to oatmeal topped with berries and walnuts each morning to stabilize blood sugar levels and reinforce arterial strength. By doing so, it is possible to reduce the risk of rupture and prevent these deadly rapid developments before they can unfold. The moment a fragile, inflamed plaque ruptures inside an artery can be catastrophic, unleashing a sudden massive blood clot that instantly blocks vital blood flow. Within less than 30 seconds, this clot can grow and seal the artery completely, preventing oxygen and nutrients from reaching the heart muscle or the brain. This rapid formation and expansion of the thrombus trigger an intense and devastating event, often culminating in a heart attack or stroke so swift that emergency medical responders arrive helpless to save the victim. The entire process unfolds with terrifying speed, leaving families shattered by the sudden loss of their loved one, while doctors and hospitals scramble in vain to undo the damage. The victim might have seemed fine moments earlier, perhaps even engaging in simple activities like walking across the room or resting peacefully, but in that instant, their life could be snuffed out with no warning signs. Autopsies reveal a staggering pattern for those who die suddenly from these events. Studies show that 9 out of 10 seniors who expire unexpectedly had multiple tiny ruptures scattered throughout their arteries, each one a potential ticking time bomb. These microscopic tears, often invisible to the naked eye and undetectable during life, set the stage for recurring clot formation. Tiny fissures expose inner artery debris, cholesterol deposits, dead cells, and inflammatory debris to the bloodstream. Each rupture might be just a fraction of a millimeter, yet it's enough to trigger a clotting cascade that can produce a clot large enough to block entire arteries in seconds. Hidden within the walls of these arteries lie multiple micro-ruptures, silently accumulating from years of unchecked inflammation. These tiny injuries are almost impossible to detect without advanced imaging, which is rarely performed routinely in elderly patients unless symptoms are severe. What makes this situation even more tragic is the relentless, unstoppable nature of the process. Every 47 seconds, another life is lost to this silent killer, claiming an individual who often had no idea they were at risk until it was too late. Each death is not just a loss, but a devastating reflection of years of unnoticed damage caused by common, everyday foods that seniors consume without realizing the danger. Sugary cereals, white bread, processed snacks, they all contribute to chronic inflammation and micro-injuries inside arteries. The accumulation of tiny ruptures and the resulting microclots creates a dangerous environment where a single, seemingly minor rupture can cascade into a fatal blockage when the right combination of biological factors align. The realization that a small daily dietary habit can lead to such devastating outcomes underscores the importance of preventive strategies. Precise modifications, such as replacing processed breakfast foods with oatmeal boiled at exactly 100 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes using 150 grams of rolled oats in 250 milliliters of water, can significantly reduce blood sugar spikes and inflammation. Adding a tablespoon of fresh mixed berries and a teaspoon of chopped walnuts immediately after cooking supplies antioxidants and omega-3 fatty acids necessary to strengthen arterial walls and reduce rupture risk. Consistently consuming this nutrient-rich breakfast at the same time every morning, preferably around 7:30, forms a critical foundation to prevent the silent buildup of microscopic damages. Such small, precise changes are vital because once these tiny injuries escalate into large, unstable plaques and micro-ruptures, the risk of sudden death skyrockets. The urgency lies in understanding that this process is covert. There are no early symptoms or warning signs that predict when a rupture will occur. The insidious buildup and silent micro-injuries happen quietly over years, only culminating in an instant, irreversible event. Recognizing this, it becomes clear that immediate action, adopting healthier dietary routines, is the only way to break this deadly chain before it's too late. An unrelenting cycle of damage that's been silently occurring from everyday foods can end with tragedy if ignored. The more micro-ruptures that accumulate, the higher the probability that one will rupture at precisely the wrong moment, causing irreversible damage and death within seconds. There is no warning, no pain, no prior discomfort. Just a sudden, silent catastrophe that claims life in an instant, often at home, leaving loved ones in shock. This relentless process, killing another individual every 47 seconds, is not inevitable. It is preventable by controlling and reducing arterial inflammation, maintaining strict dietary routines, and choosing anti-inflammatory foods every day at the same precise time. Recognizing these microscopic threats buried deep within arteries underscores the importance of proactive, consistent prevention to safeguard lives and halt this harrowing, unstoppable cycle of damage.